very unrealistic. Always go a little bit more, plan ahead, have just that safety cushion for your house. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Arquitectura Axioma. My name is Romel Hans Troch, and today I'm going to give you the 7 questions that you need to know before starting building your custom house. So, building your custom house starts when you hire your architect. So these are questions that you need to be cleared before going to your architect. And these are questions that I ask to my clients so I have a better understanding on what they want. And believe it or not, there are people that are not cleared on what they want. There are some people that have always had their dream house in their mind since they were 8, or there are some people that are just thinking about if this is a good decision between buying a house or building a house. So this is a video for me to give you more clarity on what you want. So let's go with question number 1. What's your project's goals? Basically, project goals are what you want to get from your project. So for example, project goals could be, I want 3 beds, 1 studio, or for example, I want a house that could be expanded in the future, or another goal which is to stay in budget. That's a topic that we will get back later, but for now I'm just showing you some examples of goals that you might have for your project. What's your project goal is the basic question. It may sound as a silly question, but it's the fundamental question that you need to be clear about before starting your house. So let's go with question number 2. What's your time frame? This is a question that needs to be answered by a professional. If you think that you may have the answer, oh, I want my house built in 3 months because, for example, in Boquete, a lot of people are expats, and they say, well, in the United States, or in Europe or whatever, it takes this much, but each country has a different time of approval, each country have a different weather, and building it's a seasonal business. So this is a very important question. To give you a heads up, the time frame will depend on what time of the year are you starting the project, what's the size of the house that you are envisioning, or even how many levels of the house. And I could go into a deeper topic just on time frame, but for now I'm just gonna give you, just to have an idea on your head, what's the time frame that I want for my building project. Question number 3, and this is what I've just talked about. What budget have you assigned to this project? So, because most people that are hiring an architect may not be in the building industry, they may not be clear on the budget that they are assigning to their house. And especially if you don't have the fees clear, the project maybe go off by a little or maybe go off by a lot. So for this question, just have a number on your head and then talk it to your architect straight up front. I want to have a 1,200 square feet house. But I wanted 2 levels, 4 rooms, 1 studio, 1 pool. Is this realistic? And the architect might tell you, this is not very realistic. Maybe if we go with this. Or on the other hand, he might tell you, no, you're good. This is a very realistic budget that we can work with. Next question that it kind of relies on the previous question, and it is, what if the project costs more than what is expected? So for this question, it's a question that you need to ask yourself as future house owner. What my best advice would be is just to save a little more than what you expected as a contingency cost. This is a topic that could vary depending on your finances, on how much is your income, but having contingency costs is always a good solution to this answer if it actually happens. So think about it, contingency cost. Don't be straight with your budget. Don't think it's gonna be 99,099 cents. That doesn't work. That's very unrealistic. Always go a little bit more, plan ahead, have just that safety cushion for your house. Next question is, have you worked with architects before? If you've worked with an architect before and you started a new project with a different architect, it is very important to write down a list of events that you liked or you did not like from your previous relationship with that architect. Obviously, this is a question that you need to talk to your architect, so you let him know or let her know what are you expecting from him. What are you demanding? Or if you had a bad experience, you can also tell him or her your bad experience, so he knows exactly what you're afraid of, what you didn't like, how well did the previous architect handle that project, so he could also deliver the same quality. Question number 6. What's your style preference? There are many styles around the world, and the beauty of this is that your house doesn't need to look like the same as your neighbor. You can look on the internet about what projects are being done in Germany, what projects are being done in Switzerland, Japan, or whatever, and you can have your project have a resemblance, or you can make that project have a resemblance, or you can have a vibe of that style that you want. I'm just talking about projects being done in different countries, but at the same time, what projects were done in previous years. For example, there are people that like mid-50s modernist design, which is a very, very nice trend. For example, if you've watched the movie Incredibles, the type of design from those years, mid-50s. There are other styles that, for example, people misconfuse. Oh, I want a modern house. But modern could not be the modern that you're thinking about. For example, nowadays, all the houses that you've seen in Pinterest are a style named contemporary design, which is basically a modernistic design, but with new trends, with new tendencies that are happening in these times in different parts of the world. So talk to your architect, but also talk to your family to decide what style are you planning for your house. I made a video a few months ago about how to get ideas for your house. I put the link here for you to check it. And at the same time, I have a Pinterest account where I pin all different images of styles, trends, or ideas that you might see in other places. So I have them at hand all together in one place. So I'll recommend for you to check that too. I'll put the link in the description, both the link of the video and both the link of my Pinterest account for you to check it. And question number 7 is, what do you need an architect for? This might be a silly question, but it's important for you to communicate to that architect. For example, I have seen clients that have told me, I want a brand new design, that I just want to get you inspired in the site. Or on the other hand, oh, I've seen a house on the internet and I just want to replicate that exact house. So letting the architect know how much into the design you are and what's the best way that he can serve you is very important. So you already have that well thought in your mind. And it's not an issue for me, but I've seen architects that are very sensitive on their design styles, on their preference when they hire clients. Because believe it or not, the client is hiring the architect, but the architect is deciding if he accepts the client or not. And this is very important because if you don't tell him that, your relationship might deteriorate as the project goes on. So these were the 7 questions that you need to think about before starting your building project. Thank you for watching this video. All my social media and my contact information, it's in the screen. If you have more questions, please let me know in the comments below. I will gladly appreciate that, so I know what type of content my audience is looking for. So again, my name is Romel Hans-Troch. Thank you for watching this video. Remember to give me a like and to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Remember, this is content for expats, mostly likely to come to Panama, but also because I talk about architecture, this is content for everybody that wants to build a house, needs to know. So see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.